What's up guys? Gary Walker here with liveanabolic.com. In this video, I'm gonna break down the perfect push-up technique and how you can make just a few modifications to your form to help alleviate pain in your wrists, elbows, and your shoulders. But first, before I get into the tips on the technique, I wanna let you know that we're also using this video to help out another YouTube channel by promoting their 30-day push-up challenge. This channel is Simple Man. And the reason we're promoting this challenge is because this push-up challenge is actually being done for a charity. The more push-ups you do after signing up for the challenge, the more money that's being donated to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So these push-ups are being done for a good cause. The cool thing about this challenge is that you'll be building muscle, strength, and stamina, all while helping young kids in dire need of support and encouragement. So if you're ready to sign up for the challenge or you want more information about it, we included a link in the description below, so please click on that link and get all the details. Now, with that being said, let me share some technique modifications that will help you knock out a ton of push-ups while easing the pain in your wrists, elbows, and shoulder joints. Okay, now for those techniques I promised you for the perfect push-up form. One of the things I want to start off with is what people tend to do. There's different reasons you're doing push-ups. Same when I prescribe these for my clients. If you're wanting to target chest, I'm gonna have you have a little wider hand stance and flare your elbows out slightly. However, the goal with this challenge is to do a lot of push-ups, more push-ups. So we're not really trying to isolate any particular muscle groups. So that being said, what I want you to focus on and what I'm gonna show you are little cues and little tips you can utilize that are gonna help you activate your chest and your triceps, okay? A lot of times when you're working chest, the thing you wanna do is take your triceps out of the movement. And when you're trying to work your triceps, you take your chest out of the movement. So that's why I'm just being real particular here when I tell you that we're not trying to do either one of those. So I want you to learn how to do a push-up correctly, but also in a way that's gonna allow you to do more by utilizing more muscle groups. But the key with this, since we're older guys, is to eliminate as much elbow stress, shoulder stress, and wrist stress. Okay, one thing I'm gonna show you here, the first thing actually, is I like to have you keep your hands out past your shoulders. A lot of people are right under their shoulders. You'll see them right here. The problem with this is it's actually gonna put a whole lot of stress on your shoulder joint. Okay, so I want you to get out wider. So you'll see where my hands are in relation to my shoulders. They're actually out wider. So once you have your hand position there, then I want you to rotate your wrist. See that rotation there? What you're doing by rotating your wrist out is you're rotating your humerus up here, and that's gonna give you more shoulder clearance. So a lot of people that do push-ups, if you're doing them with your hand in a fixed forward position, once again, you're putting a lot of stress on your shoulder joint. You can eliminate a lot of that stress just by rotating that humerus. So that's what we're doing when we're rotating our wrist. All right, so you got your hands out wide. Now you're rotating the wrist. Here's the next thing. To make sure you're activating these triceps, I want you to keep your triceps rotated in and close to your body. Once again, if they're out flared away from your body, you're gonna be emphasizing your chest a whole lot more than I want you to here. By keeping your hands rotated, your wrist rotated, and you see my elbows there, they're also rotating in, and they're gonna be in closer to my body. That's gonna allow my triceps, my anterior delts, and my chest to all be completely activated with every one of these push-ups. So that's one of the first things I want to show you. Next thing, one thing people tend to do when they get really tired is lower their pelvis, their hips to the ground. I want you to have a rigid spine, rigid neck, keep all of this locked in, keep your core tight throughout this entire movement. Reason being, if we're doing a push-up, all right, hands positioned perfectly, elbows rotated in. If you're gonna do a regular push-up, from this position, you'll notice my core is tight. My pelvis and my chest should move together. So when I'm going towards the floor, one movement, one movement up. What I mean by together is you'll see a lot of people sink their hips down. They'll get their hips to touch, come back. That's cheating the movement, all right? A lot of other people will get their glutes too high in the air. They'll come down and they'll push their booty up, then lift themselves. So the key to doing this correctly, once again, keeping your chest and your hips moving together. So that's gonna help make sure you're doing all of your push-ups correctly. So we're also keeping your wrists safe by the rotation, keeping your elbows and shoulders safe by bringing your hands out wider and rotating externally as well. So you've got those, you've got the rigidity, the rigidness of the spine going on. Also, one other thing I do want to point out is when you're doing these, is make sure you are really focused on getting that chest down. Like I said, it's going to be in the same alignment as your hips, but this is the same alignment. What happens a lot of times is people will start bringing their chest up first, then lift. Alignment, chest up, then lift. Even if your hips aren't touching, that's actually gonna stress your triceps a little bit more. So if you're keeping all of these locked in together, like I said, your pelvis, chest, moving at the same time, that's actually gonna help you and allow you to do these correctly. So those are the main cues I wanted to point out. The rotation, the rigid spine, rigid neck, hand position. If you do all of those, then you're gonna do great with this challenge. But at the end of the day, I also wanna make sure you're doing these in a controlled manner. Meaning, it's easy to get sloppy when you're trying to do a lot of push-ups. You'll see people starting out nice and controlled, and then they start just getting kind of sloppy. If you notice when I get sloppy, even my right arm dips a little bit more, and then we're pushing up. Okay, if you're doing these under control, everything's coming down simultaneously, lifting simultaneously, just like this. All right, so hopefully those little tips, technique changes make sense to you. If not, comment below, let me know, because I wanna make sure you understand how to do these correctly. At the end of the day, doing a perfect push-up is gonna help build strength. It's gonna help build muscle. It's gonna help build stamina because you're doing higher reps. So if you do these, you're gonna get tremendous benefits. However, if you don't listen to the cues, the tips and techniques I'm sharing with you, it's easy to hurt those shoulder joints. Easy to hurt your elbows, even your wrists, all right? So pay attention to these little cues, implement them into your push-up, and you're gonna do great in the challenge. All right, that's all I got. So just make sure also, if you want to sign up for this 30-day challenge, or again, if you need more information, please click the link in the description box below to get more information. That being said, that's all I got. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.